Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for the love on my last video. I did have a go at this heat gun, but apparently it's best for resin and not acrylic pours. So this is my 6,000 subscriber giveaway. Again, I wanted to do this a week ago when I reached 6,000, but I'm nearly at 6.5. But big thank you to all basically. For the giveaway, I'm going to make some coastal beach scene coasters with resin. So I am using 4 coasters that I got from Poundland in the sale for 25p, and I'm going to basically pimp them up with some resin. So let's get started. I've got my 4 cups here to sit them on like so. I'm going to go ahead, mix the resin, get these made, and then I will let you know how to enter the giveaway at the end of the video. See you soon! Before I start pouring the resin onto these coasters, I am just going to prepare the surface. I'm going to paint them in these acrylic paints. So I'm going to use the bronze for the sand, and then I'm going to use these 3 blues just to do the variation between the sea colours, just to give it a background. So if any of the resin is clear in spots, then you will just see the colour anyway. So that's what I'm going to do first. So I have just put a dollop of each of those on. So I'm using bronze for underneath the sand because that's just going to have a clear coat of acrylic. Then I've gone with the light blue, darker blue and even darker. So I'm just going to literally start painting the light blue across like so. And then as I get to the next shade, I'm just going to really just blend it in. And then hopefully when I pour the resin, it will have the same desired effect. Okay, that is all 4 coasters painted. I've tried not to leave too many streaks or lumps and bumps in the paint just because I don't want it to play with the resin. But these bottom right corners are basically, I want to say gold, but they're not. They're actually bronze. So I've painted underneath the sand where it's going to be clear. That's going to be bronze underneath there. So I'm just going to leave those to dry for a good half an hour. They're only really light acrylics, and then we'll get to do the resin. The resin I'm going to use for these coasters is more glass cast. I still have a lot left over. I'm using glass cast 3, so this is ideal for just thin layered top coat pours, that kind of thing. So I'm going to use this, and this is actually, I'm going to measure by weight. So it's 100 of the resin to 50 of the hardener. So that is the resin weighed. I did 102 grams of the resin and 51 of the hardener just because I overspilled. But yeah, I don't know if this is going to be enough. If it's not, I will obviously add more. So I'm going to stir this now for a good 5 minutes just to make sure those two are completely blended. So for the ocean on these coasters, I am using the pigment I have from Resin 8. This is opaque pigment, deep sea blue. I'm also using mica powder, which is almost ice. And for the lighter part, I am using mica powder, Kingfisher. And then I will also use a bit of white and completely clear for the sand. So I have mixed my resin into this massive cup. I'm just going to pour some into each container. I'm really not very good with measurements. I tend to just do too much of everything, but anything I have left over will go straight into the necklace molds that I have on the side so that I'm not wasting any at all. Into those I am going to add the powders, and you really want a tiny amount. So I'm going to get my lollipop stick, just going to dip the end in, and I'll probably put in that much, probably even too much, but I want them to be really vibrant. So I'm going to put that much into there and give it a really quick stir. What you don't want is kind of like for it to get lumpy, so I have experienced where I've put the powder in and left it a bit long to stir and it goes a bit lumpy. So I'm going to stir straight away, and you can see that amazing colour, absolutely stunning. So yeah, really good stir into each one. And for the waves, I am putting a tiny bit of the white in to the last pot. So I'm just dipping my lollipop stick in there, and whatever comes out I'm using. Okay, so this is pretty much where the fun begins. I'm just going to go over each one and just pour. I'm just not going to, you know, take my time over it, if you know what I mean. I'm going to pour some into each corner, make sure that those corners are covered. There will be some spillage, and any leftover paint, I will for sure pour it into the mould sitting next to me. So now that I've poured them all, I'm just going to go over with a stick just to make sure that they're all kind of blended into each other. I don't really want any harsh lines. My camera battery died, so I feel like I've left it around about 8 minutes for these to get a little bit hard, which is not ideal, but they will self-level, they will work it out. Just making sure that they are a little bit blended and not too harsh, and you know, the lines aren't too straight, if that makes sense. The waves, I'm just going to pour a little bit of clear over and then drizzle as little as you can. And then blow it with the heat gun. So the last thing I'm going to do is go over every single one with a lighter just to make sure there's no air bubbles. I'm pretty sure the heat gun would have taken all the air bubbles out. You can use a chef's torch. I did actually buy one, and yeah, I haven't actually tried it yet. I'm just going to lightly go over. I'm not going to get too close or stay in one place for too long. I can see some edges where the resin hasn't actually gone to. So to enter the 6,000 subscriber giveaway to win these coasters, really all you need to do is comment down below. I mean, you know, I don't have all these fancy rules. But yeah, if you would like to win these, make sure you are subscribed to my channel. That is rule number 1. And comment down below. Just let me know how much you love me. I'm only joking, guys, seriously. Let me know how much you like these coasters. So yeah, enjoy. Hope you like them. Thank you so much for everybody who has subscribed. Seriously, appreciate you all very, very much. What I love most is hearing from you guys. So more people comment in, the better, the happier I am. And I will see you in